Daniel Uga. Let's head to... I told you I ain't all Nigerian. Let's head to Chicago, where Bears coach Matt Nagy has options at quarterback. Chicago signed 10-year vet Andy Dalton in March and drafted Justin Fields 11th overall in April. Plus, former Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles is still in the building. Damn, we forgot about him. With all that going on, Coach Nagy has already made a decision on his starting quarterback, saying, quote, Andy is the starter. Andy is going to get the 1 reps. Greg Jennings is riding with us. But, Acho, you have a problem with Matt Nagy naming Andy the starter?
Yo, I got a huge problem with it, Sal. I'm not going to expend too much energy on it because of how stupid it is. I'm not going to let it raise my blood pressure.
Wow.
It's incredibly imbecilic. And here's why. We know Andy Dalton is not a better quarterback than Justin Fields. We don't have to be a pro-level evaluator to understand that. Matt Nagy, we also understand that your job is on the line, and we don't have to be a pro-level genius to understand that. So understanding both that Justin Fields is a better quarterback than Andy Dalton and Matt Nagy, your job is on the line, we all know who is going to be the starter. So what do you get out of saying Andy Dalton is still your starter? Your players in the locker room are simply looking at you like a fool that you sound like because we all know that Andy Dalton is not truly the starter. As soon as players in a locker room realize that you are lying to them, they lose respect or at least lose trust. Now everything you say, they begin to question because they understand that you pander to a degree. And so with that being said, Matt Nagy, what you're saying truly makes no sense. Furthermore, I'll couch it by saying this. Matt Nagy, you also said Andy Dalton is like a rookie to the Chicago Bears because he just got here 2 months ago. So if Andy Dalton and Justin Fields are both like rookies to you, then what rookie would you rather have? The rookie who is 6-16 over his last 2 years, or the rookie who's 20-2 over his last 2 years? The rookie who has a 68% completion percentage, or the rookie in Andy Dalton with a 61% completion percentage? The rookie who had 63 passing touchdowns, or the rookie who had 30? Obviously, there's a little bit of jest in what I am saying because Andy Dalton has been in the NFL and Justin Fields in college. But Matt Nagy, what you're saying is completely a joke because if they are both rookies to you, then be the competent individual and don't even act as though it is ambiguous. We know Justin Fields is your starter.
Yeah, for me, I'm a little different. I don't mind that he's calling Andy Dalton the starter. And the reason why is desperate people do desperate things. The Bears were desperate. They lost out on the Russell Wilson chase. The Seattle Seahawks wasn't letting them go. They tried to throw everything they possibly could to acquire his talents, but they couldn't do that. Then you go out and you go back to your fan base and you say, oh, we're going to bring Mitchell Trubisky back. They can't do that. They can't do that. So they go out and find whatever is available, and it just happens to be Andy Dalton. And he has had some decent seasons throwing the football. So if you're an offensive coordinator as a head coach, you're thinking, I can work with that. It's better than what I had, or it's something different at the very least. So I don't mind it. But then you get this young guy. An opportunity, you see him in the draft, Justin Fields, he falls into your lap or you go get him. However you want to look at it, the Bears knew they had something special and they had a great opportunity. So you don't need to throw him in there right away. He's going to take it. That's who Justin Fields is. That's who he's showing us he is. His alpha mentality, his ability to lead, his whole entire mentality and mental approach to the game. He just has that that we all talk about. And so I don't see it being an issue. But one thing I want to remind you guys of, when Andy Dalton, the reason he signed with the Bears is because Matt Nagy promised him, oh, yeah, you'll be our starter. You'll be our starter. So what does that make Matt Nagy out to be if he's not? A liar. One thing players can't stand is a coach that they can't trust. If he can't trust you, why am I even here? So, yes, I'm going to make you my starter until this young man comes and takes your spot.
Damn, fire take, GJ. You figured it out. He didn't want to be a liar, so he kind of doubled down on something that he knows is not the truth. And people going to figure him out. He going to look even worse as a liar as this plays out. It's thinly veiled. Here's what I have to say about it. Yes, I have a problem with Matt Nagy naming Andy from Child's Play. If y'all don't get this reference, go back and watch Chucky. Naming Andy as the starter. Here's why. Coach, let me help you out. I know you're like, dude, just be an analyst and a host. Don't try and help me coach. But I'm going to help you out right here because I'm a former player. Why have an open competition? You actually got some names in that building, in that quarterback room. Why not say Andy, Justin, and Nick? Y'all go out there and battle it out. Why do you have to have an open competition? I'll tell you why. Because Mark Twain said it best. I love me some Mark Twain. It is better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you're a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. Damn it! As soon as you say Andy Dalton is your starting quarterback and Justin Fields is right there next to Nick Foles, you know what most of those players are saying, the other 50 players that are going to be on this squad? Man, what this fool talking about? Ain't no way Andy Dalton is going to be the starting quarterback for this team. So this is what you need to do. Stop with the dunces depth chart. Yeah, I used to call it that, the dunces depth chart. I don't know if this ever happened to you, Greg. I don't know if this ever happened to you, Acho, but I always bring it up. I remember I transferred high schools, and then when I got recruited to go to the next high school, so why would I go to another high school and be third on the depth chart? But day one, I was third on the depth chart. I was like, look at this old fake-ass depth chart. Boy, you know I'm starting no matter what I do in training camp. And I started. So it's funny, like, we have to watch coaches do all these shenanigans when the reality is, bruh, ain't nobody believing that hype. It almost takes me back to track and field. Acho knows about this. When you get into the race and they got a rabbit there, like the fake runner. Ain't nobody stunting that dude. That dude running too fast, too far ahead. Ain't nobody even tripping on him. He's supposed to try and increase the pace. He doesn't count. Andy Dalton is the rabbit in this race. He doesn't count. We know Justin Fields is coming to get it, like GJ said.
Yo, Sal, you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head with all of this. I'm going to just end it with a story, my own little take.
Let's go.
And y'all know I've said this before. Every now and then you can read through coaches' BS, which is just why I don't like it, GJ. That's why I'm so, vehemently against and vehemently juxtaposed to what the coach is doing. Chip Kelly, head coach, y'all know this, told y'all this before.
Boy, how many times Chip Kelly get on your head?
It's just things that he did, Sal. He didn't, this ain't even got nothing to do with me. Chip Kelly. This is something that he did that it ran me hot. And I've told this story before, but it ran me hot.
Yeah, fired him up.
Yeah, he ran me hot. He ran me hot. This is what he did. Chip, we knew your quarterbacks at Oregon were the likes of Dennis Dixon, the likes of Jeremiah Masoli, the likes of Marcus Mariota. We know your quarterbacks are versatile. You leave Oregon so you can go be coaching Michael Vick. But then all of a sudden, you go trade for Sam Bradford. Chip, we know you don't like Sam Bradford. You faster than Sam Bradford. So, we know Sam Bradford was not meant to be your quarterback. We knew you tried to use Sam Bradford to trade to acquire Marcus Mariota, the number 2 overall pick that the Titans drafted. But then you gonna lie to all of us in May, like Matt Nagy is lying to all of the Bears in May and saying that Sam Bradford is our quarterback. We looking at you stupid because we know that you know that we know he not your quarterback. And why am I so opposed to it, GJ, Greg Jennings? Because the Bears know that Matt Nagy knows that they know Andy Dalton ain't the starter. So y'all all just wasting time and space.
So here it is for me. And you hit the nail on the head too. But Andy Dalton knew. He knew going in. That's why he needed to be guaranteed, I'm the starter. I need to know, am I the starter? Because he knew right away the Bears were looking for something more than what he was going to be able to provide.
Man.
So as a player, Marcellus, when you transferred to that school, you didn't have to ask the coach, am I going to start? You didn't need to know that. You already knew. You knew. I don't need you to confirm whether or not I'm going to be that dude because I know I'm that dude. And everybody that I'm coming into contact with that plays that position are well aware of me being that dude. So it's just as much on Andy Dalton as it is on the Bears.
Golly, G, you taking me there again, man. As Ice Cube once said, here we go with this mandatory time wasting. Like, everybody know what's going to happen, but we got to whack like we don't know what's going on. The first time I ever looked at a depth chart, this going to sound cocky, I don't give a damn. I ever looked at a depth chart in my life was when I was in Jacksonville when I was sorry. Because weaving in Buffalo when I was, hey, I'm skipping over Buffalo years when I wasn't even going to play. Because I knew I wasn't going to play. But when I was the man, I didn't even have to ask coach, hey, so am I getting rep, first team, second team? Man, I knew. And it's funny that you brought that up, GJ. Damn, you nailed this dude. This is the last thing I got to say about this, Matt Nagy. We know as players, you got to put somebody's name on the depth chart. We understand that. So you got to put a name there, but be careful which name you put there. You should have put 1A, 1B, 1C or something like that. But let them compete for real. I mean, for real, or your team truly will resent you for not keeping it 100. Coming up, LeBron is one of the